Another formula which has some real meaning in physics and mathematics is the relationship between speed, distance and time. Speed equals distance travelled divided by time. Okay, so we're now going to use symbols instead of the words. S is equal to d divided by t. Now, once we have a formula, of course, we can substitute into it. So if I wanted to find how fast I was travelling if I covered a distance of 306 kilometres, it's approximately the distance between here and Catherine, between Darwin and Catherine, and time taken is 3 hours. If I now substitute 306 for D and 3 for T, I should be able to find the average speed taken, the average speed to travel the distance of 306 kilometres. So let's have a look at doing that. We're looking for S, which is speed, substituting in 306 for distance and 3 hours for time. Remember, distance was in kilometres and time is in hours. 3 divides into 106 102 times. Remembering our units, because when we're actually using formulas from the physical world, we have units here. That was kilometres per hour. Average speed is 102 kilometres per hour. So we're going to start now by looking at circles. And there's something we need to define about circles before we can talk about them. We need to define the straight line from one edge to the other through the centre of the circle. It's known as the diameter of the circle, and we give its symbol little d. There is another line we're interested in from the centre of the circle to its edge. We call it the radius of the circle, give its symbol little r. And one other parameter regarding the circle, and that is the distance around its curved edge, which we call the circumference, and we give it the symbol big C. Okay, so we've defined some things about that circle, so let's just make it a little bit smaller, move it out of the way. We can still see it. If I look at the ratio of circumference to diameter, so that means if I take the circumference of a circle and divide it by the diameter, and I can write that as C over D, I'm going to find that that value is always constant. It doesn't matter which circle I happen to measure, whether it be the top of a drinking glass, the circumference of a beach ball, or something like a bike tyre. Circumference to diameter ratio is always constant. It's equal to something we call pi. Pi is a constant value. It's around 3.14, and we often approximate it to 22/7. All right, let's just have another quick look at that. We've just said that circumference divided by diameter is equal to pi. But let's just have a look at this diameter. There it is. It's actually made up of two radiuses, that one and that one. So D is actually equal to 2 times R. So in this formula we can write, instead of D, C divided by 2R is equal to pi. So there it is. Now this is then transposed, and we're not teaching you transposing, but it's now transposed to give us a really important formula in mathematics, which is that circumference of a circle is equal to 2 times pi times r. So there we have the formula for the circumference of a circle. Okay, we're going to use the formula for the circumference of a circle to find the distance around the curved edge of my bicycle tyre, which has a radius of 37 centimetres. We've already practiced some substitution earlier in this topic, so now we're going to substitute the value 37 for r. So we come up with an expression which is 2 times pi times 37. If you know how to use pi in your calculations using your calculator, you can. If not, then use the approximation of 22/7 for pi. So we come up with this expression. Popping that into your calculator, you should get an answer of 232.7, and of course in centimetres, because we put in the value of 37 centimetres for radius, so hence our circumference is now in centimetres. Now that's quite a distance around the edge of my bike tyre. It's also the distance covered on the ground in one rotation of my bike tyre. And if I wanted to change it to, say, metres, that means I need to divide by 100, because there are 100 centimetres in 1 metre. So I'd have a distance of about 2.33, rounded off to 3 significant figures, metres around the edge of my bike tyre.